I'll never forget hearing the story from a minister who was conducting a spiritual retreat. He said that he started that spiritual retreat talking about some concepts of God and God's love. As he got done with the first session, he began opening it up for question and answers, and a gentleman in the back of the room stood up and said, "Sir, I understand all the concepts that you're talking about. I don't have trouble understanding it cognitively. But I have to confess to you that I haven't experienced God in the way that you're describing. I've done all the right things. I've gone to church, I've prayed, I've read my Bible. I've even read lots of books to try and help me understand better. And yet the reality is that I felt disconnected from God and have yet to really, truly experience God as you're describing here tonight." This minister got down from the platform, walked back to the back of the room, and he stood in front of the man, looking at him in his eyes, and asked him one question. He said, "Sir, if your parents were to put a t-shirt on you, and that t-shirt had a label, and that label had a message that summed up exactly how they felt about you, what would that t-shirt say?" The man began to cry, and through the tears, he said the t-shirt would say, "You're worthless." The minister looked at him and said, "Well, I only have one more question for you, and that question is this. Are you willing to give Jesus that t-shirt tonight?" In those moments, that man and the minister embraced, and that man gave the t-shirt to Jesus that night. At the end of the spiritual retreat, the wife came up to the minister and said, I don't really know exactly what has happened to my husband, but this isn't the man that I married. In the last couple days of being here, the joy and the energy and the excitement, the life that he has expressed is something that I haven't ever seen. And as I think about that story, I think about people in our churches who are really no different than that man. People like me, people like you. This course is about people wearing t-shirts like that, who love God. They want everything that God wants for them, and they're even doing good things. But they still wonder why they're not connecting with God in very real, intimate, affectionate ways. This course is about discipleship, but it's about discipleship in the realm of love, and how do we help people experience and embody that love. You're going to hear about shame and how shame gets in the way of that love. It isn't often that we actually connect with someone that resonates with our heart so quickly, but that's exactly the experience I had when I met Reverend Roland, a district superintendent from the Australia North and West District. It didn't take long before I recognized his passion of helping people embody love and his passion to see people healed from shame, the shame that keeps them from that love. And over a series of conversations, it became evident to me that this is something that I think churches and people in our churches all across our denomination can use. And so here we are. A course with several videos for you to watch. It's just a conversation that I tried to have with Reverend Roland. And I want you to come alongside and be a part of our conversation. And as you do, I hope that you'll take time to really think about this in your life and in the life of those that you love, in your family, and in your own congregations.